Authorities thought they were investigating a tragic but straightforward case: the mysterious deaths of legendary actor Gene Hackman and his wife.
For decades, a Santa Fe mansion held Gene Hackman's darkest secrets. The FBI just declassified secret documents, and the revelations are beyond shocking. What they discovered under the floor of this renowned mansion made waves across the nation, raising questions that are still unanswered, from the rumors about hundreds of bodies inside to personal revelations that changed everything we thought we knew. The truth is more explosive than anyone expected. Join us as we reveal the FBI's new discovery on G. Hackman's mansion. Certainly it's suspicious that the dog is also deceased. And anytime you have two bodies, two dead individuals in one place, that in and of itself is suspicious. The FBI uncovers a chilling discovery in Gene Hackman's underground tunnel. The world knew Gene Hackman as a legendary actor, a man who had left an unforgettable mark on Hollywood with his powerful performances, but no one could have predicted that after his death his name would be linked to one of the most chilling discoveries in recent history. What started as a routine lead inquiry into his estate quickly turned into something far more sinister when FBI agents uncovered an underground tunnel hidden beneath his luxurious New Mexico home. The shocking find has sent waves through Hollywood law enforcement and conspiracy theorists alike, leaving everyone asking one question: what was Gene Hackman hiding? Well, when I see the word suspicious, it doesn't necessarily mean homicide to me. It could mean suicide as well. It means something other than an accidental marking. So certainly everything in this case is suspicious. Look, the dog was found in a closet. The wife Betsy was found in a bathroom, not her bathroom, but a bathroom near the entrance, so that in and of itself is suspicious. With pills strewn about, the investigation into Hackman's estate was initially believed to be standard procedure, sorting through assets, financial records, and property ownership. But when agents entered a sprawling $4 million mansion, something felt off. The house was immaculately kept as expected, yet certain areas seemed untouched for years, left in an eye stillness. Then, behind an old bookshelf and a back room that had gone unnoticed for years, they made their first shocking discovery: a hidden trapdoor leading downward into darkness. At first, agents thought it was just a forgotten basement, perhaps an old storage area, but as they descended the creaky wooden stairs, their flashlights illuminated something much more bizarre. The walls were lined with stone, giving the space an ancient, almost medieval feel. Of the air was thick with dust, the scent of time long forgotten. The deeper they went, the more unsettling the reality became. This was no ordinary basement. It was a carefully designed underground tunnel leading to an entire hidden structure beneath Hackman's home. The further they walked, the more questions arose. Old wooden crates were stacked haphazard along the stone walls, some still sealed shut, others partially open with their contents spilling out. What they found inside sent a chill through even the most seasoned agents. Inside one of the boxes were stacks of yellowed photographs, some dating back decades. Some images depicted Hackman himself, but not in the glamorous Hollywood setting people were familiar with. Instead, he was seen in dimly lit rooms, standing beside unknown figures in what looked like secret meetings. Some photos included men in suits, their faces blurred or scratched out, making it impossible to identify them. Others showed disturbing imagery, deserted buildings, unmarked locations, and notes scrolled in the margins of some of the images referencing dates, places, and cryptic phrases that made no immediate sense. As the agents pressed on, they found something even more unsettling: a collection of handwritten journals. The Pages aged and brittle were filled with entries that ranged from personal reflections to what appeared to be detailed accounts of interactions with unnamed. The FBI agents wasted no time. They forced the lock open, and as the door creaked on its hinges, revealing the room behind it, an eerie silence filled the tunnel. What they found left them speechless. Inside was a collection of old, deteriorating artifacts, some appearing to be valuable historical items, while others were deeply unsettling. A large wooden chest sat in the middle of the room, its lid slightly ajar, inside wrapped in rotting cloth. What appeared to be human remains, the skeletonized remains, were carefully arranged as if they had been preserved intentionally. The discovery set off immediate alarm bells. Was Hackman involved in something darker than anyone had ever imagined? Even more disturbing was the presence of several vials filled with unknown substances, neatly arranged on a metal table against the far wall. Some of the vials had labels that had faded over time, but a few bore strange symbols that didn't appear to be related to any known medical or scientific institution. Ions alongside them, the agents discovered a small, locked briefcase containing documents so fragile they crumbled at the slightest touch. One of the few legible pages contained a list of names, many of them crossed out as if they had been deliberately removed. The implications were terrifying. Who are these people, and why was Hackman keeping a list of them hidden beneath his house? Rumors began swirling almost immediately after the discovery. Some theorists claimed Hackman had been involved in underground dealings, potentially tied to organized crime. Others believed he was protecting secrets that powerful figures didn't want revealed. Some even suggested that the tunnel itself was part of a larger underground network connecting multiple high-profile estates in the area. What made the situation even stranger was that the FBI remained tight-lipped about their findings despite growing media pressure. No official statement was released confirming or denying the more gruesome details. Was this just a case of an eccentric actor with an unusual hobby, or was something much more sinister being covered up? Hackman's neighbors began coming forward with strange stories: late-night visitors, odd deliveries, and even whispered warnings to stay away from certain areas of the property. One local even recalled a construction project from years prior where Hackman had allegedly paid workers large sums of money to dig beneath his house before suddenly firing the entire crew and finishing the job himself. Was he building something he didn't want anyone else to know about? The online world exploded with theories, some more far-fetched than others. Could Hackman have been involved in secret experiments? Was he hiding a collection of dangerous artifacts, or was the truth even darker? Was he involved in something the authorities still hadn't fully uncovered? Despite the secrecy surrounding the case, one thing was clear: whatever the FBI found in that tunnel, it was enough to shake even the most hardened investigators. In the wake of the discovery, Hackman's estate was sealed off indefinitely. Reports surfaced that authorities had begun exhuming SEC of the property, looking for more clues, but if they found anything, they weren't saying to this day the true purpose of Gene Hackman's underground tunnel remains a mystery. Theories continue to circulate, with some believing that the full truth will never be made public. One thing is certain: Hackman's legacy has now been rewritten in the most unexpected way. Was he merely a Hollywood legend with a penchant for secrecy, or was he guarding something so dark, so unthinkable, that it had to stay hidden until his final days? As the world waits for answers, one question lingers: what did Gene Hackman know that made him build that tunnel in the first place, and even more disturbingly, did he take some of those secrets to the grave, or is there still more to be uncovered? And then, of course, Gene Hackman was found in the mudroom, with his glasses right there, his cane, as if he was either entering or leaving. Very. Take two. Much we know, the space heater was found right next to her head, which investigators said looked like it had fallen when she had fallen, but it's the dog. Mary, did the dog accidentally eat some of those pills and die himself? The whole situation is wild. These stories surrounding Gene Hackman's death, dark secrets and missing pieces. Gene Hackman was a name that commanded respect in Hollywood, a legendary actor with decades of success. His career was one of undeniable talent, hard work, and an enigmatic personal life that kept the public intrigued. But after his death, the narrative around his name took a bizarre and disturbing turn. What was originally thought to be a natural passing quickly spiraled into one of the most chilling mysteries in recent history. Unanswered questions, shocking discoveries, and an eerie silence from authorities have led to one unsettling truth: there's far more to Hackman's death than media. When news first broke that Hackman had died, fans mourned the loss of a cinematic icon. Initial reports stated that he had passed away peacefully in his New Mexico mansion, surrounded by the solitude he had sought in his later years. There was no immediate suspicion of F-play, just the quiet departure of an aging legend. But then the first cracks in the official story began to appear. It started with conflicting timelines. Some reports claimed Hackman had been in good health in the weeks leading up to his passing, while others hinted at a rapid decline that had taken even those closest to him by surprise. His cause of death was initially labeled as undisclosed, fueling speculation. Why wouldn't such a high-profile figure's cause of death be made public? Was there something authorities didn't want to reveal? Things took an even darker turn when the FBI launched an investigation into his estate. The public was left stunned. What reason could federal agents possibly have for raiding the home of a beloved Hollywood legend? That's when the story took a sharp and sinister twist. Reports surfaced that Hackman's body had been found under suspicious circumstances. Allegedly, certain details didn't add up: his position, the condition of the room he was in, even the way the body had been discovered. The mansion itself, instead of being treated like the home of a recently deceased celebrity, was suddenly sealed off by investigators. The entire property became a crime scene, though no one would say why. Then came the biggest shock of all: the hidden tunnel beneath his mansion. What started as rumors became a confirmed fact when authorities were seen digging up sections of the property. What were they looking for, and more importantly, what did they find? The death of legendary actor Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy Arakawa, a couple along with their dog, found dead in their New Mexico home this week by a maintenance worker. Listen, this is part of the 911 call. Are they awake? I have no idea. Are they breathing? I have no idea. I'm not inside the house. It's closed. It's locked. I can't go in, but I see them. She's laying down on the floor from the window. Officials found the home's door open, prescription pills scattered next to Hackman's wife. Police say they found the body of a German Shepherd in the bathroom closet. 2 other dogs were found alive on the property. A search warrant reveals that investigators believe the deaths were suspicious enough in nature to require a thorough search and investigation, and we do want to bring in News Nation Law and Justice contributor Jennifer Coffin. Jennifer, thanks for joining us. Thanks for having me, Natasha. So it's interesting to track this. Initially, police say there were no signs of foul play, and then by the Afternoon officials deemed it suspicious. What is standing out to you among all of these details in the investigation? Well, first of all, anytime you have two bodies deceased at the same place at the same time, that in and of itself is suspicious, and then of course the dog also being deceased added to that suspicion, and then the pills being found scattered about, the whole situation really is quite alarming. One of the most chilling theories suggests that Hackman had been keeping secrets for decades, secrets that certain people didn't want getting out. Some believe that he was involved in something bigger than Hollywood, that his connection stretched far beyond the silver screen. The discovery of old yellow documents and cryptic notes in his underground chamber only deepened the mystery. Theories ranged from organized crime involvement to government secrets. Could Hackman have been part of something that ultimately led to his demise? Another theory suggests that Hackman had been living in fear during his final years. Former